Okay, guys, welcome to Basic on this Friday. Hopefully, you had a good week. The other day we looked at you guys, we looked at triangles. We showed you what a circle was. Today, I want to focus on kind of quadrilaterals. So, what a quadrilateral is, it's any shape with four sides. Okay, a triangle has three. Circle doesn't really have any, maybe one. And then the quadrilaterals, it's going to have four sides. We're going to look at different types of quadrilaterals today. First one I want to look at is kind of the rectangle, and some of these you guys are probably familiar with. So rectangle is going to look at something like that, and what a rectangle is it says a four-sided shape with two equal sides. So if you look at this side and this side, and then that side and that side are going to be equal. And also, every angle, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, every angle is going to be a right angle, which means every angle is 90 degrees. But when we get into angles, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But for the most part, it's a four-sided shape with two sides are equal. Okay. Next one I want to talk about, and this one you guys are probably really familiar with, it's just a square. And that just means every side is the same. So if it was S, or we'll say 6, 6, 6, 6, every side is the same. And once again, all the angles would equal 90 degrees. Okay. The next one I want to look at is a rhombus. And basically, this is kind of the same. All four sides are going to be equal, but the thing is going to distinguish this is the angles on the opposite sides are going to be equal. And basically, it's kind of tilted a little bit from a square, and the opposite sides are parallel, which means that side and that side would run forever parallel to each other, just like the two bottom ones would run parallel too. But the biggest thing is it's kind of slanted a little bit. And you're going to be able to see by looking at rhombus, it's almost like a square that's tilted on the side. So you should be able to tell kind of the difference between a rhombus and a square just by the slant. Remember, the angles, the opposite angles are equal. So if we had kind of a rhombus, let me try to do this a little bit better. Hold on one sec. This one was fine. So what, how you can tell, a lot of times, this might say right in here, like, I don't know, let's say it says 85, and that one was 85. and this one might be like 95 and 95, the opposite angles. So if this one's 95, the bottom one's 95, this one would be 85, and that one would be 85. You could kind of tell by the angles that how you define a rhombus, because the opposite angles, the opposite sides are going to be equal. And the last thing I want to talk about is a kite. And the kite, kite just looks like a kite. So a kite's going to be, it's almost like a diamond. And has to the sides. So this side, this is S, that's going to be S. And if this is D, that's going to be D. And you can kind of tell, basically, if you put it like a plus sign through, it's going to be a kite that we fly. And that would be the kite. So the four biggest ones, you guys, just want to go back over these, is just remember that there's a quadrilateral, that's four sides. Then we have like the rectangle, which, the first one we have is a square. The four sides are exactly the same. You're going to have the rhombus, where all sides are equal. They're all equal in length, but basically the opposite angles are also equal. You're going to have a kite. And last two I want to look at is parallelogram. And what that means is it's four sides and the opposite sides are equal. So that would be S if that was S. If that was T, that was T. And another thing is the opposite sides are also parallel. So this S would keep running like that and like that. They're going to be parallel forever. And also the T sides are going to be parallel. So opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides equal and parallel. Okay. And the last one I want to look at is what we call a trapezoid. And trapezoid would look something like this. And that just has two parallel sides. So if you look, if this is side like S, those sides are going to be parallel forever. Just the bottom and the top would be parallel. And a trapezoid has that kind of weird shape to it. So let's just go back up and review these. The kite one, it's going to look like a kite. A rhombus, all sides are equal. It's almost like basically a diamond on its side. Square is the one that's most common. All four sides are the same. Rectangle, four sides with two of them being equal. Then we have the trapezoid, two sides are parallel, and parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So really we're looking at 6 different shapes here. The rectangle, square. This is the rectangle, be right here. Then we have the square. Square is the one you're probably most familiar with. It's just 4 equal sides. The rhombus, all sides are equal. We have the kite, adjacent pairs. So this side and that side are equal, and the D and D are equal. The opposite sides are equal. And the parallelogram, excuse me, opposite sides are parallel. So like this T side right here and that T side right there are going to be parallel forever, just like the S and the S are parallel. And then you have the trapezoid that just has 2 sides are parallel. Okay. So what I will do, I'm going to post just some practice so we can get some practice identifying these different shapes. And then eventually we'll look at kind of finding the perimeter and area of shapes. That's probably the last thing we'll do. We'll do a circle, triangle, and then we'll look at these quadrilaterals. Remember, all these are quadrilaterals. We look up here. Quadrilateral is 4 sides. So any shape that has 4 sides is going to be a quadrilateral. And we just looked at some different types of quadrilaterals. So just think, if you see anything with 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. And the triangle is basically any shape with 3 sides. All right, you guys have a wonderful day and have a nice weekend. And we'll see you next week. Bye.